My final review of the year is for Vegas Party. Vegas Party just came out in the EU where we have a physical release. It's published by Funbox, who also published Top Trumps for Vita, which was shallow in terms of gameplay and content. I've played Vegas Party for a couple of hours and I'm finding it's just as shallow. The main mode is a board game where you play against 3 other computer-controlled characters. You roll a dice to move along the Vegas Strip. You move along the squares and each square you stop on triggers a certain action, or you enter a casino to play a minigame. There are 12 casino-style minigames like poker, roulette, slots machine and others. The games vary between pure luck, like when you play roulette or slots, and games where you need to make fast decisions. In bingo, you have a card of 9 numbers and there are numbers moving across the screen. You need to click on the right numbers on your card to fill them up. If you click the wrong number, then it cancels a number that you've already got. It's actually pretty tough because the computer characters are so much faster than you. This is the same with poker, where there are 16 cards in the middle that flip over at random, and you need to pick 2 to make up your hand. But the computer is so much faster than you, so it felt pretty frustrating and pointless. Depending on your performance on the minigame, you can move extra spaces forward on the board. A couple of times I got to a point where I was nearly out of money, and the game just gave me an extra $1,000. I'm not even sure you can lose the board game. I got bored of it after 45 minutes, so I exited, and it turned out the game doesn't save your place. Annoyingly, you have to start from the beginning again, which I had no motivation to do. Aside from the board game mode, you can play the minigames on their own. You don't have the option to play a long tournament of poker, which would at least have been somewhat entertaining. You just play the minigame once for 4 rounds and that's it. It's also a single player game. It may have been more appealing playing some of the games with a friend, although just by the nature of the games and how they're set up, it would probably need a second Vita to play them. The graphics are blocky and unimpressive, which is pretty much how I feel about the game. The only 2 redeeming features I can see are that it has a platinum trophy, and that the physical print run is probably very limited. Top Trumps only had a print run of 2000, and it was only released in the EU, making it pretty rare. I'd assume Vegas Party would have a similar print run. So overall, it's not the worst game I've played on Vita, but it's not a good game. And it's certainly not a game worth owning unless you're aiming for a full Vita physical set. The casino games in Dead or Alive 3 Extreme were much more fun than this. So guys, since it's the end of 2017, what's been your most disappointing Vita game of the year? For me, I think it's Burly Men at Sea. I'd seen lots of positive reviews of the game and it looked so beautiful, so I was disappointed that it didn't live up to my expectations. Leave a comment below with yours. As always, thanks for watching and Happy New Year.